see anywhere else. It's the local story of black farmers trying to make a living off the land and running into roadblocks. ABC Action News in-depth reporter Anthony Hill today digging deeper into the claims that racism and discriminatory practices now kicking some people off their farms, and he's taking their concerns and pushing local leaders for answers.
That's one thing in life that I do love.
Since the beginning of this country's inception, black people have had a connection with the land. For many, owning and cultivating land signifies a sense of freedom.
I love farming.
Meet Willie Joe Woods.
I like to watch it grow.
He's been a farmer in Brooksville for 42 years, and he's grown practically everything.
Like watermelons, cantaloupe, eggplants, squash, you name it.
For Willie, farming the land is a lifestyle, and growing food to feed us is his passion. But he says this lifestyle has been anything but easy.
I had to quit.
Willie stopped growing produce in 2015. Now, he just raises cattle. He says there just isn't enough financial assistance to help struggling farmers.
You do need a little bit of boost to help you along, you know, and it's not there.
And Willie says he's not the only one. He says over the years, many black farmers in particular have been forced to go out of business in our area. Shocked by his observation, I decided to look at the Census of Agriculture to see if the numbers backed his claim. And what I found was eye-opening. According to the Census of Agriculture, 100 years ago in 1920, there were about 13,000 black operators of farms in our state. Today, that number sits at about 2,000. And it's not just Florida. The national stats are just as shocking. There were nearly 1 million black farmers in the country in 1920. Today, there are about 45,000.
So why are we seeing fewer and fewer black farmers in our area? One expert on the matter tells me it's because of a long legacy of racism and discriminatory practices by the USDA and private lending institutions. So I've come to Brooksville to talk to her. I want to find out exactly what are those discriminatory practices, in her view, that have made it harder for black-owned farms to stay afloat.
A lot of those discriminatory practices were still ongoing.
Dr. Latricia Wilson is a part of the Florida Black Farmers and Agriculturalists Association, and she's an expert on the history of black farming in Florida.
We noted that our black farmers were losing their land at alarming rates.
She says one of the major reasons why we're seeing fewer black farmers is because they aren't always offered the same financial opportunities as white farmers.
What they found was that, unfortunately, they would give other farmers support and help and financial support, that is, during hard times, whereas the black farmers were not given any or very little.
She's talking about the Pickford lawsuit. It's the largest agricultural class action lawsuit to date. It started in 1996 when thousands of black farmers banded together to sue the USDA for racial discrimination and how they allocated farm loans and assistance. And they won. The federal government had to pay more than $1 billion to thousands of black farmers. But Dr. Wilson says even after more than 2 decades of the Pickford lawsuit victory, many black farmers still complain of discriminatory practices because there were no repercussions for those that were involved.
So these people are still sitting in these offices, but now as managers making those decisions for the farmers.
I requested an interview with our area's Farm Service Agency, which is an extension of the USDA. I wanted to find out what they're doing to ensure that black farmers here have the support they need. They declined my request, but it does appear that on their website they have loans geared toward people of color. This topic is even starting to get the attention of Congress.
We will rise like King who pointed to the mountaintop.
New Jersey Senator Cory Booker is sponsoring a piece of legislation called Justice for Black Farmers Act. If passed, the act would do 3 things. First, protect remaining black farmers from losing their land. Second, provide land grants to the next generation of black farmers. And third, create systemic reforms within the USDA so that it's more inclusive. Local black farmers say this legislation is long overdue and would right some of the wrongs done against them. The Farm Credit of Central Florida is a farm cooperative based in Lakeland. They lend farmers who are members money to maintain and grow their farms. They say they want local black farmers to join them and take advantage of their services.
I mean, obviously, we want to see agriculture grow. I mean, you know, there's less than 2% of the population now that has a tie back to agriculture in this country. And so, you know, if we can help our black farmers grow, then that's what we want to do.
As for Willie, he says no matter what, he'll continue to farm and work the land.
It's rough, but I can't lay and do nothing. No, I can't lay and do nothing.
Black farmers in our area tell me they hope that under a Biden administration, they have more access to tools and resources to help them excel in an already difficult profession. I'll continue to dig into these issues impacting our area's black farmers and future farmers. In Brooksville, I'm in-depth reporter Anthony Hill, ABC Action News.